Rachel Borelli was named Assistant Director of the Department of Animal Services last June. She oversees operations at the county's 2 animal shelters and regularly approves euthanasias. In a text message thread from late last year, she discussed euthanizing a specific dog and the department's euthanasia policy in general. Borelli felt the county's Carlsbad shelter wasn't putting down enough dogs. She sent this audio message in the text thread.
Yeah, but in Carlsbad, they don't euthanize anything, even if the dog bit a kid. So that's why I was like, euthanize the dog. Like, I'm so sick of us keeping dogs that aren't going to get adopted. That's why we're overcrowded. Call me heartless, but I'm also realistic.
The source who shared the voice message asked to remain anonymous, fearing professional consequences. I personally reviewed the text thread and verified the voice message's authenticity. Borelli declined to comment when reached by phone. Former county animal shelter employees told me the voice message reflects Borelli's general attitude towards dogs and euthanasia.
It doesn't surprise me that it came from her.
Christina Smith worked in the shelter system last year. She grew visibly upset after hearing the voice message.
Any dog that's going to come in with a minor issue, like, is she just going to right off the bat say, yeah, euthanize it. Euthanize this one. I don't care. Just euthanize them all. That's the first thought that went into my head. I'm like, is there going to be any hope for these dogs?
A former Carlsbad shelter employee named Venus Samayoa had a similar reaction.
That sounds pretty typical for Rachel to say. When I hear something like that, my immediate thought is, you shouldn't be working in animal services.
Both former employees say this attitude from someone in leadership could have real and dire consequences for dogs. In July, a KPBS investigation found the dog euthanasia rate at county-run shelters has skyrocketed since the pandemic. Some former employees and volunteers claim dogs with mild, treatable behavioral problems are routinely put down. A county spokesperson has pushed back on these claims and said euthanasia decisions are never made lightly and assessments are done by trained staff. KPBS previously highlighted the story of a 4-year-old Great Pyrenees named Franklin.
There he was, a Pyrenees, and I'm going, what are you doing here? Not barking, just kind of very calm. He took a treat from us. You could tell he had a good disposition.
Carlsbad resident Jeannie Miller adopted Franklin from the county animal shelter last winter. We spoke to her in June at her Carlsbad home. Miller had to return Franklin because her other dog, a Great Dane named Buttercup, barked and growled at him. It was Franklin's second time being returned to the shelter. A family previously brought him back for growling and being territorial around food. Miller emphasized that Franklin was a very good dog in the return paperwork.
The lady assured me that, with the review, he was going to be adoptable, and, people will probably adopt him sooner, quicker, because there's a good review.
But the shelter put him down immediately, likely while Miller was still standing at the front desk, KPBS found. Franklin's euthanasia paperwork has the initials RB on it. Rachel Borelli had approved the euthanasia. We shared Borelli's voice message with Miller to get her reaction.
And they're in the business of rehoming animals so that they have a better life, so that they have a life. That's pretty cold-hearted.
I sent a copy of the voice message to the county in a request for comment. County spokesperson Tammy Glenn wrote in an email, quote, "While we can't comment on personnel matters, the information provided does not reflect the values or mission of the County of San Diego, and it is not representative of the caring and dedicated work of the Department of Animal Services staff." Glenn added that the department is working to improve its policies and training to support employees and reduce the department's euthanasia rate. Jenny Wysant is an associate clinical professor at the University of Tennessee College of Veterinary Medicine. She's studied the tremendous stress animal shelter workers face. Her reaction to Borelli's profane voice message was one of understanding.
When people are put into situations that where they can't find the positive outcomes, there's frustration and anger.
At the same time, she adds,
Is it awful rhetoric? Yes, and it's hard to hear. And I think that it's clear that you can't have somebody in charge who's not able to separate themselves from their emotions and make decisions rationally.
Scott Rod, KPBS News.